So I think a lot of people want to eat healthier, but they feel that they don't have the money or the time to be able to eat the way that they want to. I have the same problem. I am a single working parent. I homeschool my kids. I'm also in school myself. So I do not have a whole lot of money to spend on our grocery budget, and I don't have a lot of time to spend preparing our foods. So a lot of our groceries have been cheaper processed foods. Not super cheap, it's not super unhealthy. I try and make healthy choices, but I'm not eating as much whole foods and as much unprocessed foods as I would really like for my family to be eating. So this month I am going to really be focusing on changing our diet to as much whole foods as possible. We also eat a lot of plant-based foods. We don't eat a lot of meat. We're not strictly vegetarian. We do eat some meat. We also eat eggs and some dairy products, but not as much as the typical American family. So we eat, limited meat and a lot more plant-based foods. But budget is a concern and time is a concern. So I am going to try and find a way for my family to eat healthier, even given my time and budget constraints. So I'm going to share with you guys as I go through this month and the months to come how we are able to eat and what kind of that looks like for our family. So if you are considering eating a healthier diet, what it might look like for you guys too. We're a family of 3. It's me and my 2 daughters, and our typical grocery budget every month is $240. And that feeds us all breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks and everything. So my goals when changing our diets is going to be, it does have to be cost effective, and it can't take me a very long time to prepare. I do know that it's going to take more time and it's probably going to be more expensive in the beginning, but I'm going to try and work on those things and make them more efficient. One of the things that we've decided to do to help cut our grocery budget is to have a garden and to grow as much of our own food as possible. Right now, this month, all we have really growing are spinach and kale and all of our salad stuff. We have tomatoes coming up, and we also have cucumbers. So I am not having to purchase those things at the grocery store. By the end of this month, we should have raspberries and blackberries. We do plant raspberries, blackberries, grow like a weed in my yard, so we have tons of those. With those things, I'm going to be learning how to make jam and preserve those things, can those things, so we can have them all year. Also be freezing some of them just so I don't have to buy those things. My youngest daughter loves berries. She eats those for dessert. So that's something that plays a huge factor in our grocery budget. I'm also going to be trying to cook from scratch a lot more. I don't bake or cook very often at all, so this is going to be a learning experience for me, but I want to know what the ingredients are in our foods. So that's something that I'm going to take the time to learn this month, and I know once I do it more, it'll become easier for me and won't take as much time. I went to the grocery store yesterday and got about 2 weeks worth of stuff minus some produce stuff that I will have to go back and get some more produce next week. But I spent $114 yesterday, and that includes 2 big bags of Flour. I got whole wheat flour and then all-purpose flour. It is organic, GMO-free. That will last me a while. So $10 of that is, flour that'll last a while. I'm going to show you what all I bought this week, and I'm going to show it to you, and then I'll kind of go over real quick what all I got. I'm going to be looking at my picture of it so I can go over it with you real quick. Like I said before, I spent $114. 10 of that was the flour. We also got 2 things of juice. We got V8 juice and orange juice. We don't drink a whole lot of juice because it does have a lot of sugar in it. I got 2 things of almond milk. We don't ever drink dairy milk. We have dairy issues, so we've always drank almond milk. I usually get the Silk dark chocolate almond milk, but they were out, so I had to get chocolate syrup, which I do not usually buy. But one of my daughters really likes chocolate milk, so it's okay. I did get 2 bags of potato chips. When I pick out potato chips, each of them only have 2 ingredients. It's just the just potatoes and oil, big jar of natural peanut butter, the unsweetened applesauce, that'll be for both eating and for baking, organic salsa, a block of cheese, organic butter, and a couple things of yogurt, vegetable pasta. We've never tried that before, so I'm not sure how that will go. We already had pasta sauce. We got 2 things of eggs. Again, hopefully by the end of the month, we won't have to buy eggs anymore because my hens will be laying. Vegan chocolate chips. A few Cliff Bars because I like to eat those at work. A couple cans of tuna. And then a whole bunch of fresh fruits and vegetables. Apples, grapes, pineapples, kiwi, peaches, raspberries, strawberries. With the strawberries, I'm actually making strawberry jam with strawberries and sugar to go on our whole grain muffins. We did get a couple of frozen cheese pizzas because I'm still learning to cook, and I know I won't want to cook every night or I'll get bored with it. So those are good for busy nights. And then we already have some staples, like we have rice and we have dried beans and we have potatoes. So those are things that I didn't have to buy. Crackers. So those are the things that I didn't have to buy that we eat on a regular basis. But I plan on making, with this week to kind of introduce myself to baking, I'm going to be making like muffins and biscuits and pancakes. With the muffins, I'm going to be making like whole wheat muffins, and then I will also be making some chocolate chip vegan muffins that I got a recipe for. And with the pancakes, I'll throw in a bunch of fruit in there. But that's what we'll be eating this week for the most part. And that should last us 2 weeks, except for some fresh fruits and vegetables. And I'll have to go back, and I expect to spend maybe $30 next week at the grocery store, just stocking up on some staples. So hopefully this will be beneficial for you guys to watch and kind of see how it unfolds in our family. So if you're thinking about making the switch to a more whole foods diet or a plant-based diet, but your budget is important and your time is important, hopefully watching how we're able to do it and manage it can maybe, let you know how it might go in your family. So thanks for watching. And if you aren't subscribed already, definitely subscribe if you want to see my updates. And then some of the other things I do on my channel are, just talking about finances and being a single parent and homeschooling. And I'm going to be building a tiny house, hopefully sooner than later. I'm still working on finishing up my current house to sell that. And with the equity in my house, I'll be building a tiny house on about 5 acres, completely debt free. I don't own the 5 acres. It's my parents' land, but we are going to be homesteading on it together. We are both still learning about homesteading. We've got a really good garden going that my parents have kind of been focusing on. And then I just introduced chickens into the mix. And so it's going to be interesting lifestyle change. But I'm really looking forward to it. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.